Hi there, and welcome to this month's Bristol Pokemon Academy newsletter. Unfortunately, Eddie couldn't be here today, so it's just me. It's going to be a little weird because it's just me talking to myself. I'm doing this all in one take, just so it's sort of like the podcast normally is. Instead, though, I'll put some music on in the background, just so it's a little less awkward that it's just me. So I'm going to start this with a statement that Pokemon released regarding Asian hate. So there's an ongoing movement saying stop Asian hate. The Pokemon Company International released a statement with the hashtag stop Asian hate and hashtag stop AAPI hate. The Pokemon Company International Inc. stands in solidarity with our Asian and Pacific Islander employees, fans and communities. Hate, discrimination and racism are not acceptable to us. Harassment and violent attacks towards Asian and Pacific Islander communities require attention from all of us and a resounding reminder that we must continue to condemn racism in all of its forms. The Pokemon Company International Inc. will be providing $200,000 in total to organizations working to bring awareness to this issue and who support Asian and Pacific Islander communities. We look forward to sharing the names of these organizations soon. So this is similar to what they did with the Black Lives Matter movement. It was around this time last year, maybe May or June. I think it was around that time. No, it's really good to see them standing up for what's right, for inequality, especially a lot of the racism towards Asian people that has come with COVID since its origins are in China, and a lot of the sort of politics that have been involved in, politicians exactly that have been involved in that. No, it's just amazing to see such a big company donating towards it, speaking out about these sort of things, and just making sure that it's not something that just goes by unnoticed. But yeah, anyway, on to the games. So there's not actually that much news in terms of the games. It's such an odd week for Eddie to be gone because there's not that much news in general. We were going to have a discussion about the Diamond and Pearl remakes, and as well as the RCS game that's coming out earlier next year. We were going to go into more like what we hope for it and what we expect is going to happen, but instead, yes, because Eddie's away, we're going to have to do that probably sometime next month. Yeah, in terms of Sword and Shield, there's currently an event in game to get a shiny Lilligant, similar to what they did with Pikachu around the time of the 25th anniversary. There's just a higher increased chance of you getting a shiny Lilligant. There's also a in-store event across Europe to get a code with either Flapple or Appleton, the Raid Crystal. I can't remember specifically what it's called. They did a similar thing for Center Scorch a few months back. For the UK at least, it was in Smith's, where you just get a code and then you could go to a specific part of the max raid area, the wild area, and you would be able to do a raid against this specific Center Scorch. With this, if you've got Sword, it will be Flapple. If you've got Shield, it will be Appleton. So it's currently in Belgium and Netherlands in Game Mania. In France, it's in Micromania, and in Italy, it's at GameStop. There's no news on any UK release yet, but hopefully they'll give something soon. In terms of Pokemon Go, they've started introducing the Therian forms in the raid battles. So this would be the Thunderous, Landorus, Tornadus. They've started us off with Thunderous. There's also the community day that just went by, which was Fletchling. The next one's going to be Snivy. So this is probably going to bring the typical form of so it'll be Snivy, some random other Pokemon, then it'll be Tepig, some random Pokemon, Oshawott, some random Pokemon, and then maybe we'll get the Gen 6 ones after that as well. But yeah, no, that should be fun. It with things opening up a little bit more as well, may mean that people are able to meet up and do more of the community days as a community rather than I just went around my local area by myself. There was an Incense Day on the 14th that focused on Shiny Beldum and Psychic and Steel types. That was especially helpful if anyone's trying to do the special event that's linked with the Kanto event from last month. So if you've reached the second stage of it, you have to catch 30 of every type of Pokemon. So this especially helped with Steel and Psychic types. With Weather Week, there's that's happening from the 24th until the 29th. So as I record, that's going to finish tomorrow. This actually brings in the introduction of shiny Rainform cast form, which I didn't even know this. This actually wasn't in any previous Pokemon game until now. So this will be your first chance to get a shiny form of the Rainform cast form. Also this weekend, so from the 27th until the 28th, by the time you're watching this one I upload it, probably would have finished, but Rayquazas in raids, I've done about 9 and had 0 shinies, but I've had some friends who have been really lucky with that. So in terms of things that are happening next month in Pokemon Go, from April 6th, you're going to have Baneri for the Incense days on Tuesdays, I believe they are. April 13th, there's going to be Mankey. On April 20th, Grimer, and 27th will be Finian. And then also from, so I've got this list from Cerebi.net. They've got a list of different things that have been confirmed for Pokemon Go throughout April. So from the 4th until the 8th, the Spring into Spring event is going to run, which will include spring and egg themed surprises, as well as Happiny, Chansey, and Blissey in Flower Crowns. From the 13th until the 18th, the Rivals Week will start. It's going to feature various Pokemon are rivals, so that would probably be like Zangoose and Seviper, sort of the in-game sort of canon to, it may have like Fro and Sork, Lunatone and Solrock, maybe those types as well, where it's sort of the counterpart to each other. It's also going to introduce some new Pokemon, so off the top of my head for Gen 6, I'm not quite sure. They've changed the splash screen on Pokemon Go as well, so it now includes, there was Spritzy and that flower, I've forgotten its name, Aromatisse or something like that. That one, the second evolution of that one is in the splash screen, so it may introduce those two. From April 20th until 25th, the Sustainability Week is going to happen, which includes Grimer, Trubbish, and more. So it's probably going to be like environmentally based ones. And then on the 24th, there's going to be Friendship Day, where they haven't got any details of that yet. But it'll probably be something to focus on you and other people playing together and then building up your friendship. May even include some stuff with your buddy Pokemon as well, which I like as a sort of side tangent, I completely forgot that the buddy function was actually something that was really helpful. So I've been doing a lot of those daily with my Roggenrola, because they end up getting you different things from specific passes. If you're not able to actually physically get to one, your buddy can actually get to a stop and get those items for you, which I found that is really useful. Also, they've made a few minor changes to the candy, the XL candy. Also, on a select amount of different players, you can actually see the chances of what Pokemon are going to hatch from certain eggs. So when you've got like a 2x1, you'll see that you can get some of the certain Pokemon from that, 5, 7, 10, and 12. It will show the like rarity for each one. In terms of Pokemon Unite, there was a beta that was released at the beginning of the month for Canada, which finished on the 14th. It was only in Canada as well. No other parts of the world had access to it. They also couldn't release any footage or photos. A few things leaked online, but I haven't got anything that I can share that's official. It would be a little weird to be like, oh, this thing leaked. Here's stuff that's not actually meant to be out there. They had a thing where anyone who took a screenshot or anyone who tried to get any footage, it would have their name on it. So if anyone's tried leaking stuff, it's basically out in them as well. So they'll be able to actually see who did it. In terms of that, there's not any other Pokemon news for the video games, at least. New Pokemon Snap comes out next month. That should be really fun. Nintendo Life have a video sort of detailing some of the specific additions to the game, how it improves from the original Pokemon Snap, so how you can create characters and how the levels will change over time. So if you've played a level so many times, certain Pokemon will then start to spawn. Definitely recommend checking Nintendo's Live channel. I'll put that in the description of this video, just because they're a great channel as well, and just because they give a lot of information. Okay, that's everything in terms of the games. Yeah, they've not really announced anything else. For the anime, they've started releasing more of the English dub, so they've just released 12 on the Netflix for the US. There's no news on how it's being released in the UK, but there's 12 episodes of the dub out. In terms of the Japanese, they've just been releasing more and more episodes. It still continues to just be a fantastic series. It's got so much charm that really makes me think of like the original series and Johto and how that felt. Especially with them being able to travel to different areas. It really changes things up, and I've just been really enjoyed it. They've also brought in Grookey. Grookey's finally part of the team. I won't say who catches him or what he's like, but definitely recommend watching those episodes. For the TCG, Battle Styles has been released in the West now, so this is the one that focuses on Urshifu. It's introduced Single Strike and Rapid Strike cards, which I'm not quite sure on the significance of them. Let me have a quick look just on the fly. It shows how much I've prepped. Bear with me a sec. I feel like I had seen it earlier, but there's like specific card effects that if you've got Single Strike or Rapid Strike, that they will do. Right, okay, so I've managed to find 2 cards. So there's an auxiliary, for example, with Rapid Strike. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Rapid Strike card, reveal it and put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. You can't use more than 1 Rapid Strike search ability each turn. So basically you'll be able to search for Pokemon once a turn from the sounds of it. And then with Single Strike, once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Single Strike energy card and attach it to one of your Single Strike Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. If you attach energy to the Pokemon this way, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So this would be building up to something rather than with the other one you can find any Rapid Strike card that you want. Single Strike is building one Pokemon to be really strong. So kind of similar to how the Urshifu work. It's also been confirmed that Professor Willow is going to be as a trainer card in the TCG eventually. So Professor Willow is the professor from the Pokemon Go games. This isn't the first time that's happened where they've sort of done... I don't know if it's going to be a special card or if he's just going to be a part of it. Like you see random characters from the games within there. So you'll see like... top of my head. Who am I thinking of? Like Marnie, like you'll get random Pokemon trainers and gym leaders and different stuff in the game. Maybe he'll just be like, you'll see Professor Oak as just a random card that's in random trainer packs now. Yeah, this isn't the first time they've done that. There were special Super Pokemon Rumble cards, so it had those in the weird sort of polygon style of Pokemon. They released certain cards like that, and there were also some Pokemon Snap cards. There was a competition for people who took photos would have their photos turned into a card. There were also teasers of the next series, which are Silver Lance and Jet Black Poltergeist in Japan. That focuses on all of the Pokemon from the Count Tundra DLC, so that should be a bit interesting as well. But yeah, that's it for everything that's Pokemon related. There's not really that much more news. In terms of what we're doing for the Bristol Pokemon Academy, we'll continue to just keep doing things on our Discord. We post on the Facebook group. Been quite vocal about like the TCG, and everyone's been getting well into it recently, especially with a lot of us trying to get Vivid Voltage. If you're in the Bristol area, we've been saying like, oh, there were certain cards in Asda, Game Scene are doing things, so we post whenever we're able to find anything, because they are still in short supply basically everywhere. But we sort of keep in touch with each other of like what's appearing where. We're also on the Discord as well, which I'll link in the description below, just to have a chat and just sort of hang out, do some raids in Pokemon if there's anything special going on, or if people just want to have some battles or trades. But yeah, I'll link that in the description. Next month, hopefully, we should have a few more videos. So Eddie and I really want to go in like a sort of deep discussion about the remakes and the Arceus game coming out next year. We will do that eventually. There's no rush for it though. We just sort of because we've got such little information about it. We might do like first impressions a month after that video has come out. But yeah, we'll also do another video like this at the end of April, hopefully with a bit more information. Hopefully there's a bit more stuff that Pokemon announced for April. Like we've not got anything for the 25th anniversary, no new artists that are going to be doing anything. So we've kind of just not got that much to talk about. But we'll find stuff. Because Pokemon Snap comes out as well, we'll have that to talk about as well, and really looking forward to that. So we'll go into like proper deep discussion about that eventually for sure. But yeah, thanks if you're watching this. That is great that you've reached this point where we've got quite a quiet week and it's just myself. But yeah, hope to see you next month. Cheers.